I think about a couple of people that I've helped this week, and the point the lady there makes about the shadow that poverty can cast over an entire lifetime and the impact that it has on your health, your life expectancy for your entire life. I thought about that very keenly this week when I was helping a little boy who had alerted his head teacher that he'd not had a bath in 3 weeks because his family couldn't afford to dry the towels, couldn't get the towels dried in his house because they couldn't pay their energy bills. I was helping another woman who was potentially made homeless because she couldn't afford her rent anymore. She was being evicted from her private tenancy, and we managed to get into a council house. But these are stories that are being told and being experienced right across the country at such an extreme level at the moment. And as has rightly been said, there are global factors. There is the war in Ukraine and there is the long shadow of COVID. But there are also explicit British factors here, not least the fact that the Tory government last year consciously crashed the economy by attempting to force through tax cuts for the very rich. And Zing's absolutely right. The situation we find ourselves in now does come down to political choices. And last week, the government had a chance to push through a budget that would have provided more support to people at the moment. We're very glad they extended the energy price freeze. We've been calling for that well ahead of them introducing it in the first place. But they also chose to introduce a tax cut for the top 1% of earners in this country. No. That's the choice that they chose to make. They're not learning from their mistakes at all. We would increase the minimum wage to a real living wage that genuinely reflects the cost of living. And my colleague Bridget Phillipson has been campaigning for some time to abolish the non-dom tax status in order to provide free breakfast clubs for every primary school child, because it is an absolute disgrace that children are going hungry to learn at the moment.